Hey guys, Jeeps here, and today we are going to be taking a look at Symphony! Yes, I had to say it that enthusiastically. It was in fact the only way to do so. So, as always, what is Symphony? Well, this is another one of those awesome games that uses music to generate levels. This is in the vein of games like Audio Surf and probably more pertinent, Beat Hazard. Now, if you're wondering why I'm saying more pertinent, we will get to that shortly. But back on to Symphony. This is a game by Empty Clip Studios. As you can see down here, it just came out August 6th, 2012. So just a few short days ago. And I have to say, this game is pretty awesome. So, when you first start up the game, you get New Game, and then these will be grayed out. But when you go to New Game, it will scan through your computer. It'll bring up a list of folders for you to pick out. And it does this better than I'd say any other music game I've seen before, of searching your computer to find the likely folders that would have music in it, and then you can add other folders. For example, I had some music still just in my general downloads folder that I had never moved, apparently, so I highlighted that. But if you have, say, iTunes or something like that, it will automatically grab your iTunes folder, your just basic Windows music folder, all that good stuff, and then it'll scan through it. Now, depending on how many songs you have, this may take a while. This took a good, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes for me, but I have a lot of songs. Also, it may have been grabbing them off my backup hard drive. I'm not sure, but it definitely took a while. But that's not so bad. If you got a lot of music, it could be a lot of songs. So we're gonna hit over to continue. Take a look at what this game does. Now, as you can see, we're actually on MC Frontalot here. If you haven't realized from my vlog, my vlog videos, where you can see the signed poster in the background, I love me some MC Frontalot, but we'll get to that in a minute. Once again, let's take a look at what you can do here. Now, the reason I was saying this is more similar to Beat Hazard is this is kind of a space shooter, but not in the kind of open screen, roam around kind of way that Beat Hazard is, the way that's kind of reminiscent of almost like Asteroids. Think back to, say, Galaga. Or, I guess a more traditional would be, just a vertical scrolling flight shooter. But, as always, with the level being generated by songs. But this game does a few things that are a bit unique. First of all, it vaguely has a plot. Yeah, that's right. This game vaguely has a plot. Which is to say, there's some extra plan or demon-y thing, which has created some demons to go corrupt your music, because it needs the souls of your music to enter this galaxy. What that really means is randomly there will sometimes be boss fights, and they're pretty crazy and awesome. Now, these bosses also have a corruption effect on your music. However, I have not actually done bad enough yet to see what that does. Not saying I'm great, just that I've done okay so far. And that's good. Now, what's also interesting is every time, let's see if I can find an example. Every time you beat a song, you unlock an item. Or, well, more specifically, you uncover an item and can then unlock it. Now, as you can see here with First World Problem, I unlocked the 1812 Overture, which is a small radius smart bomb. So this is new. You unlock items stuff like that, but what gets crazier is, let's see if we have any better examples. You also unlock normal weapons for your ship. Do I have any? Yeah, here we go. The rocket pack, for example. Now, what do you do with these? Well, you can see I've got down here a button called Edit Ship. This does what you think it might do. That's right, you get to edit your ship in this game. This is a big jump from most music-based games. This is a whole new level of depth. Starting off, you have 4 of these basic blasters equipped. So we can even go back to that real quick. Hold on. Starting off, your ship looks something like this. You have 4 straightforward facing blasters. Now what can you do? If you don't have anything else unlocked, your options are you can change per weapon which mouse button shoots. That's pretty cool. You can also switch them over to auto fire. You can also rotate them, so you can get different arcs of fire going. So, for example, I could have this one on the outer edge, shooting backwards, mostly. And as you can see, this large purple region, as highlighted, I'd show you with the mouse, but you can see it. The purple region that's highlighting there designates the arc in which you can alter these weapons in. Now, what I've been running right now, I'll go back, just because they're the only things I've unlocked. I've grabbed the rocket pack on my right, and my favorite so far, the subwoofer, on my right. Sorry, I meant the rocket packs on my left. Don't judge me. Don't judge me! Now, these are pretty cool. The subwoofer is awesome. As you can see down here, it is music-based. You do not pick which mouse button fires it. It is instead based on the bass, specifically, of your music. It is a subwoofer, after all. So on bass-heavy songs, this shoots out those giant those giant 16th note pairs there, and just obliterates things in their path. It is awesome. However, the more intense the song, the bigger they are, and the more damage they do. The rocket pack is your standard missile pack. The longer you go without firing it, the more missiles it'll fire in one volley. As you can see there, it builds up missiles in a volley. Now, outside of these items, there are also your general power-up and combo pickups in the game, as well as your basic score, which is called Inspiration. This also heals your ship. You don't have a damage meter in this game, nor do you die immediately in one hit. Instead, you take visible damage to your ship, usually meaning one of your weapons will get broken off. So, you know, your back wing, this wing, or in the very front. The very front, I believe, if it's the only thing you have left, it does also carry a blaster in it too, but you have to have lost everything else for only it to fire, I think. I haven't had it come up too much yet. But that's kind of a cool feature. The HUD's kind of minimal in regards to your ship. You have to pay attention to what's going on with it. Now, if you've taken too much damage and you take a hit, obviously you die. And that's never a good thing, mostly because it lowers your score. You do have infinite lives per song. The other downside I've found with this game, sorry, not other, really the only downside I found with this game is, unlike games like Audio Surf and Beat Hazard, not to keep comparing this to them, because of the levels being a bit more structured, I guess you could say, there is a fairly strict time limit. Which is to say there's a minimum time that you can have a song go for. For example, I tried to play a 1.5-minute long song, and that's actually too short for a level. I believe it was about a 1.5-minute song. For those Game Grumps fans out there, it was the Pause Balls remix, because I love that thing. Oh my goodness, I love that thing. Now, just to do a quick browse, show you some of the other options. We go into the options menu. It's pretty basic. Graphics, you can do full screen, windowed, you have different resolutions, VSync on and off, and these kind of basic details on and off. Not incredibly extensive, but the game, well, you see the game, it's kind of done in a very vector art graphic style. It doesn't really need to be. The game looks fantastic. It looks exactly like I'm pretty sure they wanted it to. And that's great. That's perfect. It's a deliberate aesthetic choice. It works. Also, you have your audio options. You can change all the volume and stuff, change sound effect volume. I've just got all the audio stuff changed in the Windows mixer instead of messing with it here. It's just easier. But you can adjust your volume as you see fit. Likewise, input. Standard, it's completely just with the mouse, and as far as I know, this is all it is. Now, input lag correction, I actually don't think I want that. My mouse is pretty good. So, mouse sensitivity, it's fine so far how I've been doing it. And AMBX, I actually don't know what this is yet. Apparently not something I have. Cool. Don't need to worry about that then. Now, we'll just do one last thing. Well, two last things. This is how you can go through folders. This is how you add folders to select. And this is kind of the default folders it looked for, at least for me. Very, very handy there. So you go there, it'll rescan, make sure it didn't miss anything. That only takes a few seconds. Now, how do I get... there we go. Go to filtering options. This is how you find different artists. Now, I wish there was a search function, because that's a little awkward. You can do by album or artist for searching, or do no filter if you then hit select as filter, which will find frickin' everything. I usually just do by artist. This will be obviously based on how well organized you have your own music folders. Now, I wish there was a search function or a way to just browse alphabetically or something like that. I feel that's a bit of a miss, because if you're someone like me who has 8 gazillion different artists in their music library, this can be a little bit of a pain. Also, just personal pet peeve of mine as a music fan, I hate it when artists that are the something count the, wow, that's too many that word in a row, as the first letter. I like it when these are categorized by, B or C, not all by T. But again, minor pet peeve, not a big deal. Just could make it a little more organized. But we should find a song to play. We should definitely find a song to play. I think that song, it's gotta be something by our good friend of the channel, DJ Garden Sound. So where are you, my friend? There we go. Garden Sound. I think we only actually have one song just in MP3 form. Most of these I've been listening to on SoundCloud. But yeah, Joe Frazier. For those of you who don't know, this is the song you've kind of heard at the end of my videos in place of the usual music. Now, not on the Tribe stuff, though. That's also a Garden Sound song. But we're doing this. It's this one. The preview just plays it from the beginning, actually, so this won't tell you anything. But you can preview a song before you go in. But I think what we really want to do is shoot some things. Analyzing song. Now, you have multiple difficulty levels. Now, you see this thing that says Symphony of Souls. Now, I didn't really show you this, but there's not much to show. This is part of the whole plot and progression of the game, is as you kill the big 5 demons, I've killed one already, you kill one in the tutorial, effectively, you unlock more pages of the Symphony of Souls. These unlock more difficulties, and you want these difficulties because they let you get higher scores, but are obviously more difficult. I only have Piano, which is normal, and Pianissimo, which is all you have at the start, which is beginner. It's what you play the tutorial in, pretty much, unlocked. I love, just as a musician and music fan, that the difficulties are named after indications of volume. That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I love the music focus they've put on this game. It's such a nice touch for a game that is all about music to make everything feel like it's about music. But, of course, we're going to go with piano, because why not? We'll stick with our weapon loadout. Obviously, it does let you get to change your weapon loadout before going in. I'm fine with it just like this. Let's do this. Let's play some Joe Frazier by DJ Garden Sound. Now, this just explains chains a little bit here, blah, blah, blah. Chains works like you think they would. Let's do this. Now, this started me off really. Those yellow things, that is inspiration. That heals you, and also is your score. When you die, you lose it. The lightning bolts are power-ups, and the 16th notes, much like what I shoot from the awesome, awesome subwoofer, those are the score multipliers. Now, sorry, I might not be very good at talking while playing this. I will do my best. It's kind of standard fare here. But, as you notice, from outside the game field, you can actually see the enemies incoming, and that's a really cool touch, in my opinion. Also, you get an EQ. Just right there. A nice little graphic equalizer display. That's so cool. Again, if this game does anything perfectly, it's style. There's our smart bomb right there, by the way. It has such a perfect focus on making this game be about music. And not just in the gameplay, but in its style. Everything about this just screams, look, we're all about music. And again, I'm a little biased here, maybe, because I am a bit of a musician. I mean, you heard that one song I did. And I've played music most of my life, but that's so cool. That is a level of just attention to detail and very nice stylistic choice for a game like that. Now, for a second there, you saw I actually lost the nose cone of my ship. I got it back, which is good. But, you saw... oh, no! Oh, crap, we actually died. So, if you take a direct hit, you can just die outright. That's never fun. Now, it's hard to tell real quick here, but as you might be able to see, you might be able to see easier than I can, honestly. Some of the enemies will actually have musical notes on them. This indicates whether you're going to be getting a chain power-up from killing them. Most enemies drop inspiration, which is good because, again, that is the root of your score. That is really what you're trying to get. Let's charge up the missile launcher for a minute there. Oh, I missed. Now, it's reasonably tricky, this game. Reasonably tricky. I mean, I wouldn't say this is on the level of a bullet hell shooter. I don't really play bullet hell shooters, but from what I've seen, they're much more difficult than this. But there are a ton of enemies on screen most of the time. Absolute ton. Power-ups, yes. Another chain power-up. Some more inspiration in here. Oh god. Oh. There we go. Back up. We're back up. And that is a very nice touch. I don't even know what I was talking about previously, but it was a nice touch, whatever it was. This game screams style to me, which is great. Especially, again, in a music-based game, style is incredibly important. Beat Hazard does this pretty well. Hell, Audio Surf does it pretty well. These games in general have nailed down this sense of style. But if anything, I'd say Symphony's got it better than any of them so far. Okay, I am not doing so hot here. Come on, subwoofer, blow this thing up. Blow it to Kingdom Come. Like, look at that. Look at all the musical note crap. It's so great. So great. And the fact that the whole thing kind of looks like a visualizer. Again, very nice touch. Without the... well, with me dying. God, I am so much better at this when I'm not talking. I apologize, friends. Song's about to end here, and then we'll probably draw this video to a close. We'll kind of show you what happens when you unlock items, show some stats. I was hoping we maybe fight a demon, but as far as I'm aware, that is mostly randomized. Alright, so we unlocked The Energy Cannon Furia. Oh, it's a rare item. Now, these items are not randomly generated, but randomly unlocked. So getting a random one is pretty sweet. That gives it a kind of cool deck building feel, honestly. Having random special weapons you can unlock. So if that unlocks it, you still have to then purchase it with, whatchamacallit, with inspiration. You also, as you see in the stats here, so we got 2 deaths, that's minus 5,000 points, so that kind of sucks. We did, however, reach both score targets, I believe. Yes, we did. That gives us that much inspiration, which you can see up here, and then we also have kudos. This, I believe, is used for unlocking special things. Again, very, very good. The higher difficulty you're on, the harder the song is, but you also do a bit more damage to compensate. So again, very good. Now, you also have online leaderboards. Now, no one else has played this Garden Sound song. I guess I shouldn't say that's too surprising. No offense, friend, but, you know, this isn't some incredibly major artist, so I am the only one on the leaderboards. That's kind of cool. But it doesn't look like too many people have played this, because even some more popular songs I've played, I've been ending up pretty high up on the leaderboards, which means I think the game hasn't quite gotten its running yet, which I would like to see change. This game is fantastic. Everyone kind of likes these music games, because you can always kind of find some enjoyment in them, as long as you like any kind of music, which, let's be honest, most people do. Now, the leaderboards, to make them work, you create an account and log in, and that's all you have to do, nothing there. And then you can replay song, you can change the difficulty, or you can just return to song selection, which we're going to do because we're going to buy that item, then we're going to wrap this up. So what is this thing? Wow, it is expensive, that's what it is. Not going to stop us from unlocking it. The Furia Cannon, or the Energy Cannon Furia. Looks like it's a better version of the Blaster. That is obscene damage on it. We could also upgrade it. Well, no, we couldn't actually. It takes both kudos and inspiration to upgrade. But let's head over to edit ship. And let's swap out one of these blasters. Which one? Yeah, you look good. Can we do 2, or is that a 1? Nah, it's a 1. Blasters, I believe, are the only multiple you can put wherever you want item. That's okay. Whatever. We have a super gigantic death cannon made of energy. That's fantastic. Now, I mentioned that Symphony of Souls thing earlier. If you go to this just shows how many pages you have unlocked. We have unlocked 1 of 5. That's it. Nothing fancy here. I don't know if there's more that happens on the screen after you unlock it all. We'll find out. But anyways, guys, that has been a look at Symphony. This is a fantastic game. It is currently available on Steam for $9.99. Not bad at all for one of these kind of games that frankly gives you almost unlimited replayability. And with this really kind of cool, almost deck-building, like, equipment system based in it, I'd say it has even more replayability than most of these music-based score attack games. So I would definitely say it is worth checking out. So that's it for now, my friends. As always, like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, leave a comment if you've got anything you'd like to discuss. If you've played Symphony, dude, let me know what you think of it. I think this game's fantastic, if you can't tell. And I would love to hear other people's thoughts. So that is it for now. As always, I've been Jeeps. Talk to you guys later.